And then so just kind of what I have for Jeffrey and Grayer. They both tested at level T, which is kind of just high fourth grade.
Mm-hmm.
And and where I'm seeing his fluency was very good on the test, 167 words per minute. So he really has no issues.
Okay.
And Jeffrey was slower. He was at 83, but he was kind of thinking as he read.
Mm-hmm.
And so if he wanted to speed read through it, he'd be a lot quicker.
Okay.
So
what did you find from the one before? Are these?
And so
is it showing specific growth?
Yeah. So they're growing. They could have been between like a T and perhaps bumped them up to a U. And so when I focus on instruction, I'll be at around T and U. But yeah, before Grayer, I did test him at an S.
Okay.
Before, and then Jeffrey, he was on an R, and so they really have worked hard this year.
Oh, good for them.
To improve.
And it looks like their comprehension is doing really well. So they're not just reading, but they're getting out of the material the details, and that's hard for our kids.
No,
that's a nice job. Okay.
But they worked hard, and so. Kind of what I'm working on, and I need to continue working on, is just writing, and basically when they write, I'm gonna write this down, but just writing, and they need to use basically using textual evidence.
Okay.
And so basically, I want them to summarize something. You give me a main idea.
Mm-hmm.
And then I just want you to give me basically 1, 2, 3 main points.
Okay.
And with each of those main points, you need to state what you're trying to say, and then you need to back up that statement with evidence from the text.
Beautiful.
And they do a decent job, but they keep needing continual practice.
Mm-hmm.
Just to get that down. Just the whole thing independently by themselves, just to sharpen those skills.
Okay.
So
awesome. Well, it definitely seems like a logical step, because it shows they comprehend what they read. So now to take it to the next step, to being able to put it into writing, is just kind of the flipping it over, so to speak.
Mm-hmm.
So awesome.
Right.
Well, that makes complete sense.
So that's my plan with these boys, and I just and basically the data I'll look as we keep going is I'll just keep looking at the writing, say, okay, what's improving, what's holding you back, are you supporting your evidence with quotes, are you giving good evidence, or is the evidence you're giving, is it just random?
Yes.
Because most of the time they give good evidence, but there's other times they will give, random stuff. Like we're reading a story about the zoo today, and about how animals are basically bred in zoos.
Mm-hmm.
And one of the students, he wanted to just make his point about, the name of the animal, but the name really didn't have anything to do with the breeding. So I said, you know what? Let's use better evidence.
Okay.
So
they're getting the concept.
They're getting the concept.
Beautiful.
So, but I mean, I think that's just what I need to be, held accountable. Just say, okay, let's keep working on this. Let's really correct that writing, give them the feedback.
Mm-hmm. How are they doing, like with their sentence structure? The simple part, the capitalization, the punctuation, the...
Pretty good for the most part. Sometimes Greer needs to be reminded, just, hey, make sure you're using the correct capitalization. He knows how to do it, but they get lackadaisical, so he needs to remember, hey, always, remember the fundamentals.
They've got all those key points. They're just implementing them.
Yeah.
Okay.
Times. And then the other thing I just want to keep focusing on too is with their eye ready. It's just I got to try to keep track as much as possible on how they're doing with these lessons.
Mm-hmm.
Are they passing them? Are they not? And sometimes, okay, so, and what I try to do is I look through and I say, okay, this is what they're doing. I say, he's not going to need extra help on this.
Mm-hmm.
But I might come to something like this, comparing patterns of events and stories, and I say, you know what? He got a 58%.
Okay.
I'm going to need to
That'll be
basically,
data-driven instruction. Just
right.
exactly what you're looking at.
And so kind of like the good thing. Oh no, this is previewing instruction. What I do is I write that down. I say, okay, comparing patterns of events and stories. And what is cool about that is I can close out of this and assess and teach and tools for instruction. And we'll go to our 4th grade. And I need to go to where's comprehension, and it should just, and I just look down and I basically must be in information. Let me see exactly which one it's in. Maybe it's in literature, but I just need to look down and it'll basically it'll have the lesson in there, and it'll just show you, hey.
It'll support where they need to go.
Yeah, it'll say, okay, this is something you can teach.
Awesome.
And so that's what I just need to do. I need to look and say, okay, what are we having trouble with? And that's what iReady's really good about, stuff like that. So
Awesome job.
And so that's pretty
It's
much
obvious. It's obvious that you've really looked at your data and not just at the surface. I see that you've gone into it. You're pulling things out of your data to supplement their instruction, but also additional lessons to help support them. That's a great idea. Great work.
what we got to do, right? Thank you.
Woohoo!
I appreciate it.
Good for you. Congratulations.